Alrighty. Let's start the day out. Let's do our farming contract on our maxed account. Let's check our palm tree back there. White lilies, no thank you. We haven't done Hesperia in a while. What? It says ready? What? Oh, they're bugged out there. Okay, Snapdragon. We can do that. We're actually going to do an herb run as well. Let me make sure to plant a snap here and not a renar, so let me pay close attention to that. Don't want to make that mistake. Well, a lot of Hesperia seeds today. We got one from the palm tree, and then we got one from the farming contract pack. And now we get another one from an herb patch. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to do this quick herb run. Seems like this herb patch is dead, which is unfortunate. And then we're going to probably do Tormented Demons on 416 Hero. Try and get our hands on that second synapse. Wow, this patch died, unfortunately. I wonder if I forgot to compost it or something. Let's go to Hasidius. We're not doing all the patches or anything crazy like that, but we are going to hit like 5 or 6 of them. Imagine doing an herb run, man. I haven't done one in such a long time. But apparently in the recent summer sweep up update, they changed a lot of the loot. So one thing is that Chambers now drops both seeds and herbs, so slightly less herbs. Which is a bit of a shame because I was hoping to skip the farm ring, the herb run portion, right? But looks like this might become a regular feature for us. But yeah, I have high hopes for pulling a Tormented Synapse today. Okay, one more patch to go. We're gonna go to Catherby, I suppose. Catherby. And we might as well do a birdhouse run on top of that. Let's TP back to the farming guild. Hit the seed shop right here with Amelia, buy out the shop. That way we always have a steady supply. There's actually two Hesperia seeds in here I'm going to chuck into the seed vault instead. And birdhouse run tab. There we go. We're fresh off of a wood cutting skill of the week, so I pretty much doubled my redwood stack. So obviously that's going to be used for birdhouse runs, but also when I do need to make more arrows, arrow shafts are going to be good. What should we AFK on this account today? More blood rune crafting? Maybe? We're really stocked up on Karambans. Like, so hard food, we're good. Karambans and anglers, we're really good. Um, Not quite sure on our amethyst situation. I know our arrows are good, but I'm not too sure about our darts. Let me check the blowpipe. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, we're not in dire straits there either. Let's just go back to good old Zaya rune crafting. Alright, obviously we're not going to sit here and stream ourselves doing Zaya rune crafting all day, so let me log on to 416 Hero now. Our 50 defense account. Let me just reposition the two clients on my screen. And let's switch the POV over. Okay, so I just did a birdhouse run on here as well, but now it's time to gear up for some tormented demons. Although I think before we go in there, we do have to restock on... Oh. Well, before wait for it can go to the ZRC mines, I do have to trade over some supplies or some. So I'm gonna want to trade over the anguish, the vams, the twisted bow, and the tormented bracelet. I guess I'll just meet myself at Fossil Island. Do I have any spare fire runes as well, actually? Wow, we have 63k fire runes on here. Why do I have 63k fire runes? I'm gonna trade myself 20,000. Alright. Look at all that loot. Okay. I believe now we have everything we need, so... Oh yeah, I was gonna forego the range pot because I feel like it's not really necessary. Something's not right here. I think we're good. We're gonna have to POH teleport first to swap onto the proper spellbook. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and mute game sounds on the other account. I'm just rune crafting. Game sounds on this account are on. I think we should be good. We are once again making our way back to Tormented Demons. We last left off on a task, and looks like we have 217 to go, so we barely even got started on that, really. Although I do think it was a big task. I think we started out at 250. Our current KC is 942, so I have high hopes that we're going to get another Tormented Synapse. I'm going to have to go ahead and hop worlds. There's someone here. We had to hop about 10 worlds or so, maybe a bit more than that. Looks like there's just a lot of people here, or at least at this specific end of the hallway, there's a lot of people. Okay, we didn't set autocast and we just staff bashed. We didn't gain strength or attack EXP there, did we? No, we didn't. We're good. We always got to be careful about something like that. Let's make sure we have Mark of Darkness going so that we do the proper amount of damage with the Purging Staff. I've mentioned in the past, but we do have a clan bingo coming up. And before the bingo comes up, I do want to get my 4 Zenites and 2 Tormented Synapses. So in a sense, we're kind of doing a race against the clock here. Obviously, the bingo won't be rescheduled based around my timings. It's a clan event. So I'm going to try and get this done before the bingo. But if we don't, so be it. Our first KC back, we get a Rune Arrows drop. 115 of them. Ideally, I would want to leave some time between now and... Yeah. Ideally, I would like to leave some time to prep and restock on my supplies before the bingo. I have recently started doing herb runs again. I think I showcased that a little while ago. The game has forced my hand. I've been burning up too many supplies, particularly on this account. This account truly is the culprit. The prayer drain is insane on this account. But yeah, I'm hoping to rebuild my supplies in preparation for this bingo, albeit it is a short bingo. It's just a weekend 3-day bingo. But you never know what I might need, and I don't know what's on the board yet, so it's truly a mystery. Oh, let's get our van braces on. Teleport scrolls. Got our claws going. Recently hit 96 magic, so it's going to be a little bit of time before we hit the next level. Bracelet of Slaughter on. A dragon dagger, huh? $64 max hit. Beautiful. Humble 2. AC 947 coming right up. A full prayer potion back. We have been refunded. Let's get our thrall going again. So over on our maxed account, we do have a 2-minute thrall timer now, thanks to the recent update, despite only being master tier in combat achievements. This account, however, is a different story. We don't even get 1 minute. It's pretty brutal. Burning Claws. Decent hit, nothing crazy. No burn effect, though. I wonder what the success rate on the Burning Claws having the burn effect is. Anyways, we are going to be hitting the coveted 1000 KC at Tournament of Demons today, one way or another. We're only 52 away now, which, again, I'm not too sure what our rate is. In the beginning, when we were using worse gear, we were only getting like 30-something KC an hour, but now that we have the Purging Staff, and now that we're using the Twisted Bow, surely it is much higher. Oh, and of course the Burning Claws, they do make a little bit of a difference there too. Oh, I don't have room to switch to my T-Bow. We have to drop something real quick. The shield is down. Let's go ahead and send a spec. Ooh. So I noticed, I do believe Burning Claws have 3 hit splats. I did not fact check that, but that's what it looks like. And I tend to hit a max hit on the first 2 hit splats quite often. Something that I've been personally noticing. Okay, I think that Tormented Demon went down a little bit quicker than I realized. I don't think I quite got the bracelet on in time for that. We're having to drop food here because we're actually taking no damage, but we're getting loot, so make room for that. Mark of Darkness ran out. Let's get that up and running again. These demons seem to have a tendency to melee today. I think the last 3 have started out trying to melee me. Let's get our 1-minute thrall up and running again. Honestly, for the DPS it does and the prayer consumption it costs me having to resummon every minute, I kind of do wonder if it's worth using at all. I'm sure it is. But speaking of prayer consumption, we're going to have to sip a prayer dose right there. One final hit. Nope. That was a small hit, so one more. More teleport scrolls. I do wonder how many KCs a trip you have to average in order to maintain teleport scrolls. You do get 2 every time you do get a drop, so that's pretty nice. Oh, there it goes again. It's going to melee me to start with. Rotation of the day or something. I don't know. Probably not. It's probably completely random. Oh, dude, world hopping through. Think he had a black Slayer mask there. Black Dragon Slayer mask. Speaking of which, I do want a Slayer helm recolor on this account, but I just don't know which one to go for. And honestly, you do really have to go out of your way to get those, I feel like. At least right now. I guess like, there's not too much of a reason to do Vorkath for a second head, for example, and obviously you want to use the very first one for your Ava's assembler. I suppose if we make it to Araxor or Hydra, then we'll be getting one. Those 2 Slayer helms actually look very good. Before that, I'm not too sure, unless we specifically go out of our way for them. And of course, there's also a combat achievement tier ones. I think starting out at... I think the first one is... No, the elite one is a Jad helmet, that's right. Master is the Verzik one, and then of course there's the Grandmaster Zuck helm. Another max hit. I don't know why I just didn't react to that at all. I mean, I did switch my overheads, but I didn't move. Luckily, though, we take very little damage here in general. Get prepared for the bracelet swap here. It has not procced for us once yet. Oh, when you get a bit of soul runes, always nice to see. We do have a stack of 18,000 courtesy of our maxed account right now. And that's because obviously Thralls use... Wait, do Thralls use them? Thralls don't use them, so I'm talking out of my butt cheeks here, but... The greater... What is this spell called? Dark Demon Bane does, however, use 2 soul runes per cast, so that's where our soul rune drainage has come from. I did do soul runes with the... I believe I did it with the Guardians of the Rift outfit. From 90 to 99 on, wait for it. But for as much soul runes as I have, the stack has been draining and draining and draining without it being rebuilt. Because whenever I go to Zaya runecrafting, I do bloods instead because that's just been more of a constant thing. Soul runes, though, they've been slowly depleting. Still no Bracelet of Slaughter proc, unfortunately. Oh, and we get a Renar seed. You know, the game knows about our prayer pot situation, and they said, you know what? Have a Renar seed. Finally, a KC that doesn't start with trying to melee us. Let's get Mark of Darkness running up again. These Royal Titan prayers feel very nice. I have been using them for a while now. I've had them unlocked for quite some time. And obviously I did use them for the Inferno. I feel like the value of them are very, very nice. They're effective prayers while not overly draining your prayer consumption or using your prayer consumption. I think it's been a good couple of KCs since we've even bothered to use our Burning Claws here, but let's go ahead and use them now. We're at 100% spec. Another max hit. Oh, and we finally get a Bracelet proc. Get some Chaos Runes out of it. Always good to get Chaos Runes as well. When you see Chaos Runes and Soul Runes, you definitely think of Shadow Charges. But you're never going to get enough Chaos Runes to upkeep your Shadow. You're definitely going to have to buy those. Unfortunately. It's honestly unfortunate that runecrafting Chaos Runes is not viable at all. It's much better to shopscape them. Whereas Blood Runes, though, it's worthwhile to craft Blood Runes. Especially if you bother doing the true altar method. You can get up to 10,000 Blood Runes an hour with Blood Essence and the Guardians of the Rift outfit. But even with Guardians of the Rift outfit and 99 rune crafting and all that accounted for, Chaos Runes are just not worth crafting. Okay, I accidentally ate that Karambon. Clearly did not need it. Claws actually made a switch to pray melee overhead there. This time we didn't eat that shadow attack. Or firebomb attack, whatever you want to call it. Let's go ahead and resummon our Thrall. Man, we are doing no damage right now for some reason. The T-bow is absolutely noodling. Smallest series of hits I've seen from it in quite a while. Oh, we did max hit there, but looks like I didn't resummon or recast Mark of Darkness. Oh, there goes another Bracelet proc. We get some Manta Rays. You know what? Post-summer sweep-up update, Manta Rays are apparently a little rare these days. I didn't read the blog post in great detail, and I certainly didn't really look at the spreadsheet they provided. So I'm not entirely sure if Zora still drops manta rays anymore, or did they change it to sharks or something. And then there's also the whole shark lure thing. I haven't tried any of that out yet, so... Gonna have to see. Let's go ahead and dump a Kloss back here. Maybe we'll even send 2, because we don't really remember the spec for some reason. We could probably squeeze in one more KC after this one, based on our prayer situation. I think we've actually used pretty close to 0 food. Like, yeah, I ate some accidentally, like 1 or 2 pieces, but otherwise I dropped them and I think they despawned. Oh, speaking of food, there goes another manta ray, but we don't actually have room for it right now. We're holding too many dragon daggers. We've gotten 3 of those this trip. Okay, this is going to be the last tormented demon of the trip. The purging staff is so strong here. I said this the last time we were at tormented demons, but I think the purging staff does more for tormented demons than a scorching bow does at demonics. The scorching bow honestly didn't really like pop off to me. It didn't really stand out when I was at demonics the other day. Also, I've been feeling pretty cooked at demonics already, even though I actually have more tormented demon KC than demonics. But I don't know. I just feel like there's been too much clicking going on at demonics. But unfortunately, we still need 3 more Zenites. No matter what you think, that's what we need, because we don't have Zenite dupes. So it's pretty much an unskippable grind for us. Okay, last case here of the trip. We got more teleports. Let's get out of here. Oh, we have to... Let's just hop worlds on... Wait for it, since this world is open. But you just know when I bank and come back, this world's going to be taken. The quick hop was not so quick. It took like 10 seconds. Let's go ahead and bank at the Castle Wars. The chest is just a tiny bit closer, I believe. Think so, anyways. These dragon daggers will be good. Alex, we probably have like 50 of them by now. Let's get our 5 prayer pots out. Leave 1 teleport in our inventory. Fill the rest of the space up with food, and back we go. So we actually did get 4 bracelet procs towards the end of the trip there. Funny how that works. We didn't get any at the start of the trip. And back we go. Let's see if our spot is taken or not. We did have to hop like 10 worlds to find the spot open. So I guess it is pretty busy. Although it looks like the middle is open. Let's hang out at the middle for a little bit, yeah? Why not? We're not gonna be fighting 2 at the same time, but like if this spot is available for us by ourselves, we do cut down on the downtime just a tiny bit. Let's go ahead and resummon our Thrall, get our Mark of Darkness going again. Just make sure we're still rune crafting on the other account. Now, is this guy gonna hang out with me, or is he gonna world hop? Seems like he was like debating it or something. I think he's going into the multi-zone now. Ooh, dragon arrow tips. Been a while since we've seen that. I think those things aren't too common. Although looking at the loot tracker now, it does seem like I have over 700 of those. But you know what? 700 arrows is honestly not that many arrows. Like, that will disappear quickly if you're doing range-only content. Another person hops through. Something tells me that I'm not gonna have this spot to myself for long. Although I feel like the people hopping through are looking for this spot to themselves, otherwise they wouldn't be hopping. I walked into that. And I'm about to eat that as well, but a humble 0. Yeah, so if someone's here, I feel like I might as well go to the solo spot where it's a little bit more cozy. The guy's using the Adelatl, which we used for a little bit, but then things were just going by a little bit too slow. A rune plate body, nice little alk there. We'll save that for later. Get our thrall going again. Make sure we're topped up on prayer. So if anybody's just now tuning into the stream, especially for the first time, we are multi-streaming both on Twitch and YouTube. So if you have a preference between the platforms, you can honestly take your pick. However, over on YouTube, we do have a weekly GIM series going on that we upload every Monday. The series mostly follows this account and my other account that I also play on, which is part of the same GIM group. So we have a 50 defense account, which is the one I'm currently on, as well as a maxed account. Now we're about to eat some damage here because I'm too busy yapping. We eat a 28. Well, like I said before, this content uses very little food actually, because the only time you're really going to take damage is if you somehow mess up the dodging mechanic and you lose the 50-50 whenever it switches attack styles and you have to guess. Okay, again, too busy yapping, didn't even put on my Bracelet of Slaughter. We get another rune plate body though, so that's cool. I'm not gonna lie here, like for this split second here, I was watching that guy and I was gonna see if he was gonna snag my Tormented Demon, because I did put mine down slightly before him, so mine would have respawned first. But it looks like he's just keeping to his side and I'm keeping to mine, which is you know, all you can ask for really. Not really competing on each other. Although, you know, the whole reason I was here in the middle in the first place was because I was hoping to get both of them, but it is what it is. Our thrall is down once again. I always know when my Mark of Darkness runs out because the sound effect of that spell running out is, it's really distinct, that's for sure. I don't even know how to describe it, really. A humble 3 tank. Swap into the bracelet, no luck. And no luck on the drop either, rune arrows. Let's go ahead and eat a Karambon here. Yeah, pretty much one thrall doesn't even last the duration of one tormented demon fight. I think, anyways. What did he just do? Is that the... Well, you know what? I've never seen it before, but I'm assuming that was the Arceus spell for the Ashes, for Prayer XP? What is it called? It's somewhere down here. Like something offering, like Sinister offering, Demonic offering, something along those lines. Okay, but now he's just awkwardly standing there, not hitting his demon, and I don't know. Like, do I tag that one if he doesn't hit it? This is like social awkwardness occurring in the game. It's like, I don't want to be rude, but you're also just standing there doing nothing. Smoldering Gland. That's the prayer one, so I'm just going to go ahead and not flick here. I'm just going to blast my prayers. We can be lazy for a little bit. Wait, we just hit a 72. And it didn't say it was our max hit. But it didn't do that, It wasn't like the critical hit either, though, was it? I don't quite understand it. Yeah, I was gonna send 2 claws there, but... Reach the HP threshold. Yeah, I'm working on my second TD now, and that guy's still been standing there. I'm about to tag it, bro. I'm about to tag it. Oh, I should probably swap tag styles. Let's go ahead and crush the Smoldering Gland. Some Chaos Runes for our efforts, and I'm going to tag this one because he's been AFK for like 3 respawns now. And if he's back, he can go ahead and tag that one, but this one's mine. Let's go ahead and reposition the Chaos Runes in our inventory so we know where our Mage's Book is. The Mage's Book is actually our best in slot mage offhand, so it's going to be very useful for situations like these, as well as when we're barraging. We can't actually use the Eladina Sword, and definitely not the fortified Eladina Sword, due to our defense levels. I believe you need like 80 defense. It's also due to our prayer as well. I believe you need a pretty high prayer level as well, like 80 or 90, something along those lines, maybe 85. Yeah, this man has just gone full-blown AFK. Oh, we get a Snapdragon Seed. Okay. That's gotta be kind of rare, I believe. In fact, that was our first one. Chipping away at our Slayer task here, and I just picked up a Snapdragon Seed. That's actually the first one we've gone in 964 KC. Again, I haven't looked at the regular drop table here at Tormented Demons, as I know it's just not great. You know, there's not much to look at there. But, considering this is our first Snapdragon Seed, it's gotta be pretty rare. Okay, all that yapping we did, we actually took a fair bit of damage. Also, we don't have Mark of Darkness. I don't remember hearing the sound effect that it expired. So, interesting there. Maybe I did just miss it. Let's go ahead and heal up here. We get our third rune plate body of the trip. This man is still AFK, so don't mind me while I increase my KC per hour. This guy's just boosting his hours played time, you know? To be honest, ever since the introduction of the 25-minute logout timer, everybody's playtime is probably inflated. Unless you're doing some kind of weird speedrun where you're very careful about logging out whenever you're not actively playing. Everybody just stands around in AFKs. Which is actually pretty funny these days, because back then, like, you know, you would at least argue it's like, oh yeah, then I have to like re-enter my password, username and password. But nowadays, you know, if you have the Jagex launcher, it's quite literally just a one-click login, so. But I feel like MMO players have always been like that. You just log into the game and you stay on the game, even if you have to step away for a bit. Heck, some people in other MMOs even leave their game on overnight because they don't have logout timers. For a second, I thought I didn't get a drop there at all. That was weird. When I went to Demonic Gorillas the other day, it was certainly an adjustment seeing how fast loot showed up on the ground. I guess Tormented Demons just have a really long death animation or something, so it takes a while for the loot to show. But at Demonics, it's pretty much instant. Mark of Darkness? I've probably done like 5 or 6 TDs now, and this guy's just been standing here this entire time. I'll tell you what though, when I do AFK in this game, for some reason I like to like TP back to like a bank or something first, right? Like you'll never catch me like AFK here for like an extended period of time at like a random Slayer spot or something like that. Even though I'm not playing a hardcore, it's probably a good habit too, like if I was one. Because you never know what might happen. I think technically you could get PK'd here. Whenever they do the fireball animation. I think like if someone stepped under you and the Tormented Demon attacked them, like you would take damage from that. Just like at Demonics, the falling boulders would damage other people as well. But yeah, I think if you played a hardcore, anytime you weren't actively in front of your computer with the screen open and you're playing, it's probably a logout. Even if you were at a bank or something. I mean, like just to be extra safe, because like I'm sure we all know that famous clip of Bodhi dying at Corp when he went AFK. He must have like hit his desk and somehow his mouse clicked and he went into the Corp cave. Honestly, there's a lot of conspiracy surrounding that one. I mean, truly a crazy moment, though. Bracelet proc. I've said several times now that I'm running low on Bracelet of Slaughters, yet I haven't gone and got any more yet. I keep forgetting. It's because, like, throughout the middle of the grind session, I'm not going to go do them. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'll do them at the end of the sesh, you know, before I get off. And then when I get there, I'm like, you know what? I'll do it first thing the next day, the next time I log on. And then I don't do it. Once again, forgetting to use my burning claws. So let's go ahead and dump 2 specs here. The thing is, the T-bow and the purging staff do so much damage anyways. The cost spec isn't like a much needed thing. Like, I'm sure it certainly helps, but it's like you wouldn't really notice if you didn't use it, type of thing. Another KC. Dragon Dagger. Currently at KC 969. Nice, by the way. I swear this guy has been AFK for like over 10 minutes now. Let's go ahead and dodge that. But yeah, see that right there? If I stood under that guy, I feel like I could damage him. Wow, this guy's finally back. It's like he heard me. But he just logged out. And there's another guy here now. So that guy AFK'd for like 15 minutes without logging out. Just to come back to log out. Interesting. Ouch. Oh, humble tank. Yeah, you know what? This spot is so busy that when I bank and come back, I'm likely going to lose the spot. So when I do bank, I'll probably just make my way back over to the little corner. Unless when I do come back and it's open, then I'll just stay here. But I fully have the expectation that I won't be here on the next trip. Which we will have to bank soon, unless we snag a couple of manta ray drops. Maybe a prayer pot. Ouch. I think we did get a prayer pot drop earlier in this trip, because our prayer situation is actually looking better than our food situation, unlike the previous trip. Oh, big hit right there. Didn't quite finish it though. One more. Let's go ahead and eat the angler. What are we going to get here? Infernal Ashes, well, of course, and the magic shortbow. Don't quite remember how many charges we had to start with in our Bracelet of Slaughter today. I think like 14 or 15. So it has procced a good couple of times already. But again, so this guy world hops. Actually, I'm not even sure when he got here, really. I don't know if he like ran in here or if he was here and he world hopped. But this guy has also just been AFK here for like 5 minutes now. Can someone explain this to me? Like when I go to when I'm on task or whatever, and I go to the Slayer spot, I'm fully prepared to start doing the task. I don't get to the spot and like stand there. Very strange. Let's go ahead and dump our claw specs. You know what? I guess we can figure out a rough KC per hour because I did world hop before I started the task. So it's been 45 minutes. And I don't know what our starting KC was. I don't remember off the top of my head. But I can go and look at the EXP gain. So we've gained 31, or it says our EXP per hour is 43.8k. So if we take that number and divide it by, I think it was like 10,065 is each tormented demon. 41 right now. Okay, so it's like a 10, 11 KC improvement from our old 30 something, which is pretty good. Oh, and there's yet another guy here, but this time, see, this guy doesn't waste any time. He's like, the spot is open. I'm gonna start farming. Meanwhile, this dude still standing there. A rune crossbow. Yeah, good luck with that, Chief. Yeah, 1,065 is correct. He just left, bro. I'm not gonna hit that one because he was definitely fighting it, and I don't know if tormented demons like regenerate here or not. Actually, I don't even know if that's a thing anywhere in the game. I could have sworn I read a blog post a long time ago that they like made demonics reset their health. But last time I was at the demonics, there were these people tagging them and then teleporting out without finishing the KC, so I don't know anymore. That guy just got here too, though, so I'm very confused why he TB'd out. It's not like he like tried to stinge for one more KC. Oh, and now he's back. It's like he heard me and swapped out his rune crossbow for a hunter's sunlight crossbow. It's like these people can hear me. It's crazy. Anyways, that was the last KC of the trip. Wow, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rune plate bodies. Just wrapped up the last KC of the trip, and I'm now noticing in my inventory we've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rune plate bodies on the trip, as well as some other stuff, but wow. Also, during the middle of that trip, I've been yapping and running some numbers, and I've deduced that I currently average about 41 KC an hour, which in my opinion is still not great, but it is a drastic improvement from what we used to average, which was about 30. Well, I recently restocked about 200 prayer pots on this account, and now we're down to 41 in the 5 in our inventory again. So not great. Not great at all. Yo, nice account, man. Hey, appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. I think I don't know. At some point, I need to just maybe take a break from PVM grinds and just stock up on prayer pots, because like now it's a constant thing where I'm like, oh look, I'm running out of prayer pots. How long have I been on the game? For this specific account, I've been on for a little over 4 months now. Oh, let's get Mark of Darkness on. Oh, I'm clicking all over the place. Okay. Just maxed your mana. Have you never done less PVM than now? Really, I would think that'd be the opposite once you're done maxing. Play like a boomer now, just farm runs and herbivore for pet. You know, honestly, I feel it. Sometimes you just enter like a different era of like the way you play the game. And the beauty about this game is that like there's like a ton of different ways you could go about playing the game. There's different portions of the game. But I'm a pretty heavy PVM guy in general. I like to do like PVM more so than skilling, but that's just because I feel like skilling is is a little underwhelming. I mean, I could go on a whole tangent about that, but PVM does like give you a lot more stuff in the game than skilling. Skilling does feel underwhelming. But, I mean, they are working on ways to address that, though, so it's clear I'm not the only one that thinks that. Skilling is nice when you're 6 to 10 dabs deep and need something to feel productive. True, true. Like, skilling is just much more chill in general. Unless you're, I don't know, there is intensive skilling, too. But in the eyes of many people, like, skilling is when you just wanna... when you sit back and chill a bit. Oh yeah, on that topic, like the recent update, massive update, like they are clearly looking to address that. Like they're trying to make skilling a bit more valuable than it has, which I think ultimately is a good thing. I heard they absolutely gutted raid normal drops. I haven't done any raids since the update yet, so I can't really say firsthand. But I did kind of glimpse, like, some people talking about how, like, for example, Chambers used to drop herbs, and I think they're supposed to drop herbs and seeds now, kind of like a mixture of the two. But apparently there was a bug where they only drop seeds initially. I think they fixed that, though. But again, I haven't done any Chambers post-update. Hotfix recently? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, they do have to strike a balance on that. Like, they don't want to heavily nerf something like a raid of all things. Especially Chambers, because Chambers purples are, like, not great. I mean, like, I forget the exact numbers, but the majority of your purples that you do get are going to be Arcane Prayer Scrolls and Dexterous Prayer Scrolls, so... Like, even when you do roll a purple in Chambers, oftentimes it's, not worth much. And the saving grace for that was that the regular loot at Chambers was really good. Like, I have an insane amount of herbs from Chambers, and a bit from Theater of Blood as well, but definitely the bulk of it from Chambers. And honestly, that's the reason why I haven't really done many herb runs. Like, I am starting to do them now, because just my prayer potion situation is really bad. And that's because, like, this account build is a massive prayer drain. And I'm not the type of person to be one-tick flicking all the time, so... Prayer potions are burning up. Even if you go draw on purples, you could expect 300k in regular loot per run, give or take 100k-ish. Yeah, and I'd argue, like, it used to be a little bit more than that, even. You know, in hindsight, Ironman mode, it's... like, it's kind of crazy that I have played Ironman as much as I have. I guess like the game mode really like had its like teeth synced in me, but yeah, in hindsight, I'm like, did I really just do those grinds? You know? And would I do them again? Right now, I'm not so sure. There's definitely like really good aspects of Iron Man, and then there's certain grinds that are just kind of ridiculous. Yeah, I used to play Combat Arms quite a bit actually. Probably one of my favorite games. Oh, guns. Yeah, yeah, I definitely miss those games, and honestly, Combat Arms was kind of like the Call of Duty replacement for me. Eventually, I did work my way to playing some COD, but Combat Arms was definitely like that first shooter game that or first person shooter game, I should say, rather. Need to make room. Yeah, I believe they ended up making a Combat Arms too, but I never checked that out. In Combat Arms, I absolutely loved the sniping in the game, and I was also a big fan of the zombie mode. And oh man, Guns was so good of a game. I feel like if Guns was made nowadays, the esports potential of it would be insane. Yeah, I feel like the esports potential if Guns was created today would be insane. The Arctic L9 was actually my favorite. Eventually, I was able to get my hands on one, but for the longest time, I didn't like have any of that, any skins in the game or anything like that. But when I saw someone had it, I'd hunt them down and pick up and steal it off of them. Take our burning claws here. What KC are we at now? 979. Okay, okay. Getting closer to that 1K mark. Yeah, maybe at some point it'll make a return, right? Maybe. You never know. So right now I have just the one synapse. And I'm looking for one more right now so that I can make an Emberlight. But the funny thing is I actually don't even have enough ancient shards on this account to make an Emberlight. I haven't done too many tasks in the catacombs. I think I only have like 13 or 14 ancient shards right now. And I believe the number you need is 30. Ideally, I would want 3, right? But I don't think I'm going to go for the third one now. I'm going to go for the second one and then dip out to Demonics, because I do need some Zenites. You can get away with 2 because you can revert the staff and the bow back and forth. Although it does cost you a battle staff and an iron bar every time you make the staff, and it does cost you a magical longbow every time you make the bow. Scorching bow is pretty cracked at a few bosses. Yeah, pair it with a light bearer at Zami. Probably really good. Although, you know, I did use the Scorching Bow at Demonic Gorillas. I mean, that's not a boss, but Demon Bane nonetheless. I didn't feel like it was as good as the purging staff is here at TD's. I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't have rigor. I don't know. But then again, like right here, I don't have augury either, so. You think gorillas are just worse content in general? Yeah, Tormented Demons is definitely like, they took what demonics were, and they were like, how can we make it better? And then they came up with TDs. But unfortunately, I need 3 more Zenites on this account, so... So yeah, we're gonna have to do demonic gorillas no matter what. Oh, we don't have Mark of Darkness running? Okay, I swear it doesn't always play the sound effect. That or I just missed it somehow, but... Earlier I was saying the Mark of Darkness, whenever it runs out, it makes this really, interesting sound effect. Another rune plate body? Yeah, right now I actually have more synapses. Well, I should say I have more TD KCs than demonic KCs, but I'm still enjoying TDs more. Did I pull that T-bow or is it someone in the team? So, full context on the team. The team started when GIM first released, but... And I made it with a bunch of my friends, but, like, they never got into it. Like, we just made the accounts just in case. And even I only played for, like, about a month. And then I quit the Ironman. Went back to my main to max it. And then once I maxed it, got Infernal Cape, you know, like, yada, yada, yada. I was like, you know what? It's time to play Ironman, right? And instead of making a new account, I just played this account. Or not this account, but I played an account in the GIM. And I actually have a maxed iron in the GIM group now. And this is actually a second account. Now, there's some, like, other things along the way. Like, I had a clan member try to join me, but then he never got into it. So, ultimately, I play 2 accounts in the GIM by myself. There's, like, 3 other accounts sitting in the GIM group. In fact, I can show it off right here. So, yeah, the key holder here, that's me. Wait for it. And 416 here, that's me. Like, I'm rune crafting on Zaya right now, actually. And then, the Ben Jorkin name is my clanmate that joined me later, but again, like, he doesn't even play that account now. And then these two you can see that they're prestiged as well, but they're like inactive accounts as well. But yeah, like, I mean, I'm not mad about it. I definitely started playing on here, like, with the intention and knowing that I was gonna play by myself. But if any of my friends, like, decided to join me later, like, I wouldn't mind either. Although, I will say, having made so much progress by myself now, I probably want to keep the GIM group to myself. And if I want to play with other people, I'll probably just make a new group entirely, you know? But yeah, this twisted bow, man, that I'm using, it's hard earned, bro. It took me over 1100 solo challenge mode chambers and like 300 400 regulars. Yeah, in theory, like a group Ironman team is like really, really nice, but a lot of things have to like line up well for a group to like play out perfectly. Like people have to be on the same page, probably roughly progress at the same time, because it would suck if someone played like 12 hours a day, right? And then another person could only play like 6 hours every weekend. Like the progression would just be so different between two people. So there's just like a lot of factors when it comes to playing a game group. I did play a group hardcore with some clanmates for a while. Last time I checked, we were actually front page. Not that it actually is that difficult to get front page on those things, but but nevertheless, yeah, like we were front page on that. But I think we're like sitting on like a 1 life left. It's a 4-man team, and I think like being on 1 life, we kind of like burnt out. So still alive, but very much inactive. Oh, there's the sound effect. My mage's book goes at the bottom of my inventory. Let's rearrange that. Teleport scrolls. More of them. We have 6 now. But yeah, this account I'm playing on, I pretty much made out of boredom. There was just certain end game Ironman grinds that I wanted to avoid doing. Like Fasani's Nightmare, Corp. Still don't have an imbued heart. Like so like all these things that like take forever to do. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play a new account. But then I was like, I'm gonna make it a little bit more interesting. Like since I'm a GIM, I'll just make another account in the group. But then I'll make it a 50 defense account. .50 defense is just high enough to wear all this Moon's gear. And then Royal Titans happened, right? And that's why I'm using these prayers right now. And you need 63 prayer for that, so I capped myself at 63 prayer. And then sometime down the line, I just capped myself at 82 attack. And all that does really is just keep my combat level low. I'm 103 combat. And even when I max out range and magic, I'm going to stay at 103, I think, if I'm not mistaken. .82 attack like lets me use everything though, pretty much. I still gotta try Titans, but I already got Cox prayers. Nice they added a step in between though. I highly recommend still getting them, honestly, because for one thing, it's just like a straight replacement for the old prayers. And honestly, these things are really good. They're really good value. Like the prayer drain isn't crazy. So if you wanna, I guess a good example is like you could probably camp this prayer in the Inferno. Like if you don't want to flick as hard, you could probably use this prayer a lot in there. Definitely still worth getting it if you have the Cox prayers. And when I do Slayer on the other count and I'm using the Venator bow, I definitely use Deadeye and not Rigor. Because if I was using Rigor, my prayer would just disappear and I'd have to bank and or use potions like so often. So we're going to hit drop right soon for the second Tormented Synapse. Of course, no guarantees, though. You never know. Another thing, to be fair, is that I was using the Eclipse Adelatto and a blowpipe that I did earn myself on this account here, but then I was like, Tormented Demons have too much health. This takes too much time. I'm just gonna use the T-bow. I still try to make progress on this account. Like, I don't just trade over everything, per se. But like, I don't really have, like, super set in stone rules on how I want to play this account. Like, I always just want to prioritize, like, make sure I'm having fun, you know, because it'd be, miserable to do grinds and do them just because I have to. I mean, I already went through the Ironman mode once, you know. And while I'm still an Ironman on this account, like, it's a little bit different. Ooh, let's get a Thrall going. Always forget to use my Burning Claws, so I'm going to go ahead and use them now. Dump 2 specs even. Yeah, here's an example. These Burning Claws I'm using, I don't even... Well, I do have a pair now, because I've actually pulled 3 Burning Claws on this account. But up until playing this account, I didn't have Burning Claws. This account actually unlocked the Burning Claws for both accounts, which is nice. And I was doing a Worms task, like, maybe a couple of weeks ago, and I got a Dragon Harpoon for the very first time. So it's not like this account is fully leeching off the other. It is pulling its weight in some departments. Except the prayer potions. The prayer potion usage is absolutely abysmal. I went from having like 2,000 prayer potions to, well, at one point I had like 40 left, but I made some again, so it's a little bit better now. What's the collection log looking like at this point? This account doesn't even have 200 collection log spots. It probably has like 120. 105. The other account has 500... No, that's a combat task. 576 collection logs. Because to be honest, I don't really do clues. Oh, I was looking at the wrong thing here. 118 collection logs. But yeah, I don't really do clues. I did do enough clues to get myself what I needed. For example, first time around on the first iron, I did enough hard clues to get some God D'hide, magic short bow for that early game Ironman, stuff like that. And I actually spooned ranger boots on mediums, so that was nice. But other than that, I truly haven't done a lot of clues. Like, I think I only have like 2 or 3 god books completed. It did 500 easy clues for Shelva before the log update. Oh man. Yeah, I just never really got into clue doing. And I think the reasoning is that clues come randomly, right? Like, for example, right now at Tormented Demons, I don't know what these drop, like maybe hard or elite clues probably. But right now, I'm just here going after the Tormented Synapse, and I'm doing Slayer, right? If I dropped one right now, or if the TD dropped one right now, I'd have to go and do it, right? Otherwise, it just sit in my bank, and then I can't get any more. I kind of don't like the fact that it, like, disrupts what my, like, initial goal is. I don't know. And then on top of that, like, a lot of the times when you do clues, you just end up getting, like, a whole bunch of junk. Especially elite clues, I think. I think, like, elite clues are, like, infamous for being, like, pretty bad. Although I did have a clanmate pull some third age. Oh, we're out of prayer. Well, time to hit the bank. I feel like the modern meta for the game doesn't really support the idea of diversions and distractions like it did back then. Yeah, that's true. Dude, you know, way back then, in the early days, I wasn't even a member. I was a free-to-play person, and the most interesting thing I did was kill hill giants for big bones to sell them to GE. Actually, yeah, the GE did exist, I think, right? Did it? Maybe for like a small portion of the time it did. Now I don't know. I mean, I sold my big bones to somebody. Like, okay. Well, we actually get a lot of rune plate bodies. I think I was too dumb to figure out the cowhide tanning process. I think like I didn't understand what was going on with that. But I somehow managed to figure out getting a brass key to get to the hill giants in the free to play area though, so there was that. But I vividly remember being only like 77 combat. Oh. Yeah, I think I spent the bulk of my time just walking around everywhere. Even though, like I said, free to play, so there wasn't even actually that many locations to walk. But the distance between Lumbridge to Varrock seemed super, super far, and even further was the distance from Varrock to Falador. Falador seemed like it was like on a whole nother like continent. The mystery of the impassable gate to Taverley. Yep. Get ourselves a magic shortbow. Oh, the other guy is gone, so don't mind if I do. So I suppose with the two accounts, the most ideal completionist standpoint here is that I would get 6 total synapses. But right now, I only have the Emberlight on the maxed account, and I only have the Purging Staff that I'm currently using on this account. So, we're going to need 4 more. But because farming TDs on this account is so slow, I'm just going to get 2 on here. And then I'll probably get myself 2 more on the other account. And then maybe one day, if there's like nothing else to do, I'll like get the 6th one. We are indeed doing TDs right now. Tormented Demons. We're closing in on 1000 KC. We're at... That one right there was 993. We're going to get some Chaos Runes. What's my clog on them at nearly 1k? So, We've pulled the burning claws 3 times, and we have 1 synapse. So pretty lucky, I think, right? Because the synapse is 1 in 500, and I believe the burning claw is like 1 in 501, which is kind of strange. I wonder why they decided to add the 1. But getting 3 on here was actually very, very clutch. Because over on my other account in the GIM group, I only ever pulled the 1. So now I have a pair of burning claws for both accounts. Although I haven't traded over that spare piece yet. Claws 3 times as in 2 times 3 or 3 separate single claws. 3 separate single claws. So I have 2 pairs of burning claws now. That'd be crazy if I got 3 pairs of claws, right? That would be insane. Although I'm sure someone out there has a log like that, you know? Currently in between subs and free-to-play doing some fishing. Nice. I assume at Barbarian Village, that's probably the popular free-to-play spot. Oh, I didn't even pick up my loot. Chaos runes. Can never have enough of those, honestly. Especially for some fellow shadow owners out there. Lumby actually only because I'm dropping and running by the one hill is annoying. True, true. Let's get our thrall going again. Dude, I only have a 1-minute thrall timer on this account, and it's just, it's not fun. I pretty much have to re-summon a thrall every KC. I'm really debating whether or not it's worth it at all to summon a thrall, because I don't think it's really that noticeable. It's probably using more prayer than it's worth. Yeah, the thing is, I haven't really gone out of my way to do combat achievements on this account. Yeah, I don't know. I just haven't, I guess. Trying to get 90 fishing, started at 88. 1 level off of Mori Elite. Do you have everything else for that diary? And I assume that's for fishing a shark, right? If I remember correctly. Yeah, getting master CAs is actually a lot of work. I'd say you can get hard tier pretty naturally, just by doing Slayer and stuff and hitting a few bosses. Elite is already starting to be a little out of the way, if I'm honest. Like, you have to ever so slightly dive into, like, those obscure tasks. And then Masters, yeah, you really gotta start hunting for them, and then definitely GM. Yeah, I guess there's no, like, boost at Elite, huh? There's, like, other perks, but not the Thrall perk. Yeah, that Thrall timer increase used to be... Wait. No, Master Time received a boost too, and then the GM one was just even longer. But nowadays, like, since... I say nowadays, but, like, since the update, Master and GM time Thrall times are the same now. I think they did that only so that they wouldn't punish Grandmaster players whenever new content came out. Yeah, I think Master tier had like a pretty small boost. And then the Grandmaster time was like a pretty big margin. I could be wrong though. I want to say my, like, I have master tier on my other account, and I want to say it's been a minute 30, and then GM time is 2. So now I have the 2-minute one. So I am just eating damage here. KC 997 coming right up. More teleports. Ouch. So this task started out at 250. And obviously we've been using Brace of the Slaughters. We're now down to 173. Just checked recently, we're getting about like 40 KC an hour. I suppose if we wanted to hit like 50 KC an hour, we would need an Ember Light. And we would be Purging Staff Ember Lighting, I think. But I'm never going to achieve like the best rates possible because restricted account, by the way. Oh, let me craft my blood runes. Got your first TD's task before your sub expired. Can't wait. Hey, maybe you'll get lucky and get a synapse. Honestly, if you get a synapse early, that's going to be so nice for the rest of the task. Oh yeah, I'm sure the both is pretty good. I want to say in the past I did Arc Light Shadow. Burning Claws, 11 mil-ish right now. Yeah, Burning Claws are definitely worth it in my opinion. Yeah, if you don't have Megas, Bofas are the next best thing. There's a reason why, I mean, not an Iron, but there's a reason why Ironmen go after the Bofa, because honestly, any account, the Bofa is like the key mid-tier weapon to have. Hey, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. First non-death draining good special attack. Yeah, the Burning Claws are definitely a really nice gap in between Dragon Claws, and I mean, like, before the existence of Burning Claws, what was before Dragon Claws really? Meantime, good luck on the TD's boss. Hey, appreciate it. Sounds good. Yeah, they're very good on demons. Which, you know, like, for the longest time, I didn't know, actually. And that's, like I said, I didn't own a pair of Burning Claws before. But now that I know they're Demon Bane, that makes a lot of sense as to why, like, sometimes they're better than Dragon Claws. Crystal Halle before Dragon Claws, probably. Yeah, and then there's the Dragon Dagger, but the Dragon Dagger is honestly really bad. Your Warhammer playing is going through. I don't think I've ever played any of the Warhammer games. Honestly, I don't play enough variety of games. I often tend to pick a game and then I just really put tons of hours into it. That's the danger of MMOs. I mean, even before MMOs though, like the last game I put crazy hours in was Fortnite. And actually, I have had my stints with Ark, you know, the dinosaur game. I've had my stints of that too. And like, while I don't play that game for long in the sense of like, it's not like I played throughout a year or anything. Like in a given month, I'll probably put like hundreds of hours in that 1 month playing Ark. And then I just completely drop it until the next time. But yeah, these days I'm almost exclusively just an old school RuneScape player. I really have to think about the last game I played other than this game, honestly. Like, oh, the funny thing is, the last game I played other than old school RuneScape was RuneScape Dragon Wilds. so, so yeah, there's that. Well, too busy yapping away, and we passed the 1,000 Tormented Demon task, or mark, I should say. We're now working on 1,001. Unfortunately, we did not get the magical 1k into the Tormented Synapse drop. That would have been perfectly on rate, but that's just simply not how it works. Yeah, we're now working on 1,001. 73 rune airdrops. Okay, okay, okay. I mean, we still have 169 to go, plus we're using slaughter bracelets, so surely we're gonna get one, right? You know, I need a nice and short, simple way to explain, like, my GIM group. I guess I can just ignore, like, everything else and just say, yeah, I play 2 accounts in this game by myself. Like, short, sweet and simple, right? Because whenever people do ask me or they come in for the first time and I'm trying to explain it, like, I don't really know how to explain it without just yapping for the next several minutes. 9k fish until 90. Huge. GM. Probably squeeze out another KC before dip. Got a 2 doser in the inventory. Mark of Darkness. Bro, that was strange timing. I'd like check my phone notification. I put my phone down and then it goes off. They know. What's for dinner tonight, huh? Today is, what day is it today? Thursday? Today's Thursday? Today is Thursday. Bracelet of Slaughter on. You know what? We probably could do another KC. Assuming it doesn't go catastrophically wrong here. Humble Zero. That guy has the Blue Moon hat on, hood on, so he's here off task. Which honestly isn't too bad, but I think for my account, I want to mostly do these on task. My DPS isn't that great as is. Just finished all your exercise. Nice, nice. Okay, final KC of the trip, and bracelet procs have not gone off. Smoldering Gland. You know what? I think we just leave that there. Hopefully the spot doesn't get taken, and when we get back there, it should still be there. Free prayer. A walk left, not bad at all. And the Purging Staff definitely worth using, but also two soul runes per cast is nothing. Hopefully the spot is still available. Yep, we're good. Since the Smoldering Gland is on the floor, we're just going to start blasting our prayer. My AFKing on the other account, I'm currently Zaya runecrafting. You know, I've been debating whether or not to throw like a small little window on the screen somewhere to showcase it, but I mean, I don't know, like it might end up cluttering the screen more so than anything. Plus, I'm just runecrafting, not exactly the most interesting thing happening. Yeah, we could try it out. Oh. Yeah, honestly, I only just started streaming again pretty recently, and I kind of didn't adjust too many things. I just kind of slapped on like a title, you know, made sure everything was all good, and then just started streaming again. But yeah, I definitely used to like fiddle with like overlays and stuff like that a bit more. And I'll probably get into that again now that I'm streaming like somewhat consistently for like, I think the last 2 weeks now or so. It was really a spur of the moment thing. Like even this entire account was a spur of the moment thing. I started playing this account about like 4.5 months ago, give or take. And then I also just randomly decided, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to start a little bit of a YouTube series. And 4 months later, here we are. Still playing the account. And then I figured, you know what? I might as well stream too. Because like I used to stream pretty often. Kind of stopped for a little bit. But I was like, hey, you know what? I'm doing a lot of stuff on this account. Like, it could be cool. And then just, like, talk to people as well. Okay, I have a bad habit of when... And I'm supposed to be just burning prayer. I ended up just sipping my prayer pot anyways. Just because, like, it's almost ingrained in me that, like, when the prayer orb is flashing like that, to just sip a prayer orb. But let's go ahead and crush the smoldering gland. And it's a free prayer restore. I'm gonna eat a Karambon. I need that anyways, but also I need room. They're pretty nice when you do get the smoldering gland. You don't have to worry about your prayer. No idea how the mechanics work yet. Yeah, a very... They're not incredibly rare, but they're not common either. But every now and then, a TDKC will drop some sort of smoldering whatever, right? Like, that one was the smoldering gland. That is like a free prayer restore type of thing. There's a smoldering heart, which is like a stat boost one. Yeah, heart is the divine, and then the other one is food. So it's like a nice little bonus when you do get them. I feel like the heart one is the most rare one, though. I've, like, rarely ever seen that one. I definitely see the prayer and food one a lot more often. Ooh, prayer. A little bit of decanting to make room here. It's crazy how many people I see with Moon's gear. Like, that one dude just ran by in Blood Moon, I think. You don't have to be, like, a restricted account to use Moon's gear. It's just it's really good gear. Honestly, it's like a Bando skip. Because, if I'm not mistaken, Blood Moon is as much DPS, offensive stats, as Bandos. It just lacks the tankiness. And you know, like a month and a half ago or whatever, they came out with Yama, and that's also a Bando skip. Oathplate is straight up better than Bandos. So it's like now the only reason you go to Bandos, well, I guess two reasons. For the God Sword, and for when you want to go after Torva. But honestly, even Oathplate kind of devalued Torva a little bit. I don't know if that's the right word, but like Oathplate outclasses Torva in some situations, like the slash situations. But I guess if you want to do Bandos still, you can do Bandos. But honestly, you could go straight from Blood Moon to Oath. You know, since we're working on Tormented Demons here, like, just focusing on demons, the pathway of progressing an account is so good. Like, while fighting Tormented Demons, like, with lesser gear is pretty slow, you can still get it done easily. Like, the gear requirement actually isn't crazy. You can get yourself an Emberlight. You can take the Emberlight to Yama, obviously, get yourself Oathplate, get yourself double Death Charge. You can also take an Emberlight to Abyssal Sire. You get yourself a bludgeon, and that'll be your good crush weapon. Which crush is actually more relevant these days than like in the past. Crush used to be very irrelevant. But the bludgeon you could use at like a Raxor, Fasani's even. Although Fasani's is probably not on the top of the list of things to do if you're like a newish Iron Man. And then let's not. That's just the Emberlight too. Like, and then you have the Purging Staff, which I guess you'll also take the Yama, but then you'll. The Purging Staff is a very good. I think it has magic damage percentage. No. Scorching Bow, you can take the Zami, get yourself a Hosta that way. Saving for the Soul Reaper Axe. I've never used a Soul Reaper Axe, but yeah, that thing is very good too. Although, it's actually, it's a very good weapon in general to use, and it's great that it's good for Slash and Crush. But to be honest, I actually would not recommend it for Tob. Even though I've never used one myself, but I know several people that have, several Ironmen that have gone a SRA before E-Sight. And honestly, it's kind of more trouble than it's worth in Tob. But everywhere else, I agree, it's very, very good. You know, think about all this, like, the game is, like, in a pretty good state right now. You know, like a Raxor, you can get the Nox Halley, that's another weapon. Totally off topic since you mentioned Crush. No, I get it, yeah. Crush is, like, more relevant these days. And the combat balancing stuff, too. Oh, we have a lot of prayer in our inventory right now. Dwarf Breed. Progression's going to be Burning Claws, Lance, Forecast, ACB, Must Might Phase, and then that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And then eventually, you know, you could turn that ACB into a ZCB. I don't know how many more Bracelet of Slaughters we have, but probably like a couple more, maybe like 3. Definitely gonna have to make more soon. Right now, my plan, obviously get the Synapse here. I want to get 3 more Zenites at Demonics, but I don't really know how realistic that is within the time frame I want to do this stuff in. There's a clan bingo coming up in like 2 weeks, I think, give or take. It's a weekend. I want to make sure I have supplies for that, so I want to kind of switch off of playing this account mainly for that bingo, because I'm going to be playing on the maxed account for the bingo. And ideally, I'd probably want to hop back onto that to do some stuff before the bingo. Also, right now, I'm like perfectly happy farming Tormented Demons, but I'm not liking the Demonics grind right now. Also, I need to think about what's next. What's next after I do get the Zenites and the Tormented Synapse? I could potentially look at Yama just to get double death charge. The Oath Plate isn't relevant for this account. I don't have the defense level for it. You have 159 KC left to go. Yep. This task started out at 250, so we've been chipping away at it. I mean, officially today, I think we started at like 212, 213, something like that. I did some last night. But yeah, this task is going to be long, and it is long. But that's precisely why I traded myself the T-Bow. Just to speed it up as best as we can. Because I tell you what, I started using the Eclipse Atlatl here, and it was fun to use just because I like rarely ever use the Atlatl. But KCs were just not quick enough. And then I swapped to the Blowpipe, and even that wasn't quick enough. It's much better now, but even then... I wouldn't say it would take me 4 hours. Well... Actually, you're probably right. Actually, you're probably right. It would take just about 4 hours. Also, our bracelet just went off, so... Some rough napkin math, which is pretty accurate, because I've been saying that I'm probably averaging about 40 KC an hour, and I mean with 159 to go, 40 per hour, times 4, 160. Also, as much as it would be nice to move on to a next task, I am using Bracelet of Slaughters because I just want to maximize that opportunity to get the Synapse. It could end up being closer to 5 hours if the Slaughter procs really go off. I'm probably not going to finish the task tonight, realistically. Because while I'm like going at it at a good pace right now, like I highly doubt I'm gonna keep this up for like the whole night. $1K Slayer EXP each? Yeah, a little bit over that actually. Closer to 1.1K than 1, honestly. But yeah, these things are so good EXP. It's actually insane. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's not that long ago that I was actually 60 Slayer. I grinded out to 69 to do Monkey Madness 2 and While Guzik Sleeps. I did those quests back to back. And then that's when I started doing these tasks, and I jumped from 62 to 82 now. Or 69 to 82, I should say. I think I legitimately gained like 4 levels on my first 4-minute Demon's task. Yeah, some of the new Slayer stuff they've been introducing lately, it's crazy. Like, Araxor's insane EXP as well. Araxor's and Araxites. Currently 86 Slayer, need 90 for Cabos Elite. They're gonna rebalance a lot of the old tasks too. Yeah, honestly, it's really good that they're looking at old content just to, like, make them more aligned with the way things are nowadays. Heck, you know what? Even Scurious is good EXP. Yeah, honestly, like a Slayer block list should just come down to preference more so than you need to block this because this task is just butt cheeks. Like everything should be worth doing to a certain extent. But they also have to be careful and just not make everything like hand out stuff for free essentially. Yeah, they gotta be careful not to make it in the easy scape. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Dude, we just met a follower goal that I don't even remember setting. I generally don't even remember setting that. That must have been so long ago. Although, truth be told, my follower count on Twitch is a little deceptive because I mentioned before, back in the day, I used to stream a lot of Fortnite, and I feel like Fortnite viewers just didn't stick around. Like, they would hit the follow button, and then I'd just, like, never see them again. Same thing happened on the YouTube, really, but I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, it doesn't cost people anything to hit hit the follow button, so that's nice. You know, these days on YouTube, subscribers are like not even as important. I don't know about you, but I find myself just sitting on the YouTube homepage and see what it recommends me, more so than like what I'm subscribed to. I think I'm the same way. Like I have subscribed to people and I just haven't tuned into them for a long time. And then like naturally, I guess like YouTube just kind of filters them out, honestly. The sidebar's kind of ass to navigate. Yeah. Yeah, definitely rely on the homepage a lot more for like just finding stuff on YouTube now. Oh, there goes that bracelet slaughter. We're gonna have to bring a brand new one on the next trip. You like the mobile subscription layout? Oh yeah, because there's like the icons of like the different channels, right? And you just click on that, and then it just showcases like all the videos. Oh, I didn't even have my mage's book equipped. Hands are super ripped out from doing pull-ups. Oof. Yeah, so just today so far, I've gained 82k Slayer EXP from doing nothing but tormented demons. And by the time I'm done with this task, it'll be like at least another 154k of EXP. Definitely more than that. Yeah, I was just about to say, like, you know, like, if wouldn't you have like calluses and stuff, but you pulled it off? Hmm. I do still have some prayer potions here, but I think I'm gonna bank just so I can take out another bracelet of slaughter. Honestly, this is pretty nice. I'm knocking out a good bunch of KC right now. Kind of in the groove. Seems like we're still good on demonics. I mean, I don't know why I just said demonics. Literally no idea. Cosmic runes. I one tick banned that bot. It's kind of crazy. Like they like circumvent like the spam filters now. Also, like, come on, man. Like, at least direct your bots to like people with like more views or something. I don't know. Although I guess the bot is advertising like view bots. But yeah, I need to do a lot of overhauling when it comes to like stream overlays, um, everything. Like even the stream page. Like I noticed I didn't even know I had a follower goal running. I definitely set that up a long time ago. Maybe some commands. I do have a few commands running, but like honestly not very many. We don't need too many to be fair. Gotta go for a walk, so I'll be back another time. Might pick your brain for some account progression advice down the line. Alright, sounds good, man. Sounds good. Catch you later. Might be dinner time for me soon, too. Gotta figure out what to eat. Mark of Darkness is not enabled. It is now. And why do I have an empty vial in my inventory? I must have picked that up somehow. Oh, you can't. Dude, I have like short-term memory loss or something. Alright. Alright. This stream has flown by so far. I mean, we're over 2 hours in already. Making good progress at the Tormented Demons. Well over 1k KC now. What setting is it to get where when you click it shows the corner thing, if that makes any sense? Oh, like, oh, I think I know what you mean. Interact highlight, I believe it's called. Yeah, interact highlight. Like the yellow highlight around the mob, right? I assume that's what you mean. Or do you mean like the... Oh, I just hit both Tormented Demons. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, everything's fine. Oh, when you move the character? Oh, it's, corner tile indicators. No problem. I somehow managed to click on both Tormented Demons there. Also, glad to know that this is indeed a multi-zone, though. So, now I know. But, I guess there's no reason for me to do that. That just makes things more complicated. It's not like you would be getting KCs any quicker if you were to hit both at the same time, I don't think. I think the only reason I would do that is for the CAs. Which I don't even know what the CAs are right now. Loving the videos too, by the way. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're trying to stay consistent on those. At least once a week, if not more, if we can... If we can squeeze those in. Yeah, I want to prioritize, like, consistency over everything. But the trade-off is that obviously when I'm live streaming versus, like, when the videos come out, like, the pacing is going to be different. Like, I might be further ahead in the live streams than I am in the videos. But I don't think, you know, I can really do anything about that, because it's not like, it's not like I'm, like, some big content creator who probably has an editor that just rips clips right from when I'm streaming and then, like, edits a video. But you know what? When it's all said and done, I mean, I don't know if there's really going to be a stopping point, but it's going to be a nice collection of progress over on YouTube. Alright, using our claws once in a blue moon, we've been sitting at max spec for quite some time. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to figure out what's for dinner shortly, and if I do continue streaming after dinner, it's probably gonna be like split into 2 streams. You know, I'm not gonna leave the stream on for like a whole like 30 minutes to an hour doing nothing. But we'll see, we'll see. So yeah, today I stopped bringing range pots here at all. And I don't think it's too bad. I'm sure my KC per hour would go up a tiny bit if I did bring them, but... I guess I'm just gonna stinge out on the divine range pots. It's not so much the range pots, it's the divine. I don't like thieving. Thieving's my least favorite skill in the game. Although I will say Varlamore thieving made it a lot better and a lot more bearable. If I do ever go for 99 thieving on this account, I'm probably going to do Varlamore thieving, despite the fact that it's not the best EXP per hour, but hey. Some progress is better than no progress, and we will continue to some progress my way up to 99 thieving. I already did RD Knights up to 99 thieving on like 2 accounts, so, and blackjacking sprinkled in for that matter, so I think I'm good on that, man. I don't want to be spam clicking anymore. Especially now that there's the option not to be doing that, so fantastic. Oh. Make sure to have Mark of Darkness going. I don't know how... Does it tell you how much it increases by? It doesn't. It just says it makes your offensive Arceus spellbook or your spells more potent. Maybe the wiki has some data on that. Which, by the way, OSRS wiki is probably one of the best game wikis in existence. I was trying to find the right word. When in doubt, wiki it. In fact, there's even a built-in like look-up thing in the actual client. But you know what? On the same note, though, they have done a really good job recently of kind of like directing you in the right direction for like bosses and stuff, like without having to like use the wiki. I guess the most recent example I can think of is I did Yama on release, and like I pretty much learned how to do the boss just doing it. I didn't have to like read up on anything. Like it was pretty like intuitive, I guess. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot I was runecrafting for like probably like the last 5 minutes. My character's just been standing there doing nothing. So far today, we've only crafted a whopping 2,000 blood runes. Not great. But that's 2,000 more blood runes than I otherwise would have got, so... Perfect time to chuck these Burning Claw specs. You know what? We're going to send all 3, because why not? Whole lot of prayer and not a lot of food in our inventory right now. Will the game bless me with like a manta ray or 2? Time's going by really quickly right now. It feels like it was only a couple of minutes ago that I was at 1000 KC, but now I'm up to 1027. But also on that note, where is my synapse? Right here. Perhaps. Nope. These ashes are probably such good prayer EXP, but I wouldn't know. We're hard locked at 63 prayer. Although I am tempted, if there was one of the 3 skill restrictions I would lift, it would probably be the prayer one first. 82 attack, honestly, I don't really feel a difference. I'm sure I hit like a lot more zeros than I would otherwise, but whatever, right? 50 defense, I actually don't find it being an issue. I mean, I already did the hard part. I did the Inferno on 50 defense, and that was probably going to be the hardest thing. Regular PVM like this, 50 defense is just whatever, as long as I hit the right prayers and whatnot. But the prayer, man. The prayer drain. Just to be clear, even if I hit like 77 and 78 prayer, which are the level requirements for Rigor and Augury, I'm not going to be able to use them because they also have a defense level requirement. But I would consider leveling my prayer just so that prayer pots restore a bit more. These prayer potions only restore 22 per dose right now, sitting at 63 prayer, which is absolutely atrocious. I did a small Huey Coddle session the other way with some clanmates, and I swear in like the 5 KC we did or whatever, I like used like more than 10 prayer potions. It was tragic. So prior to this Tormented Demons task, we actually were on a Black Demons task, and we picked this one up right afterwards. Unfortunately, at the Demonic Gorillas, we got nothing in that entire task, and that was a 300 KC task as well. So I'm really hoping that we get a bit of dopamine here on this Tormented Demons task. The only downside right now is that I've now officially finished getting Burning Claws for not only this account, but the other account as well. So a Burning Claw drop would be pretty unfortunate. And it always gets tough when you're hunting one specific drop from a mob or boss. But at least there's only 2 things on this drop table. Quite literally a 50-50 when we hit that table. Sliver of health. There we go. We're actually completely out of food. But I think we're still healthy enough to send one more KC, perhaps. Oh, and I'm just noticing we've gained a lot of range EXP too. In just today, we've gained 182k range EXP. Pretty good. And we are only just 1 level off from maxing out our range at 99. 99 range is likely going to be our 5th 99. I don't see ourselves getting another 99 anytime soon. Our health is pretty low here, and it could be risky. I'm going to be a little greedy here and try to finish out this KC. As long as it doesn't switch to melee, we won't have to gamble at all. In fact, I'm not sure if it's going to switch again at all, actually. We might get away with this. No, it's going to melee, but you know what? It's going to be down before it switches again. There we go. One singular battle staff. Oh, and we have 3 prayer potions left over. Was that just a short trip, or did we get a lot of prayer potion drops? I don't know. It may have just been a short trip, just from taking too much damage. Arania boots. This man got a shadow before he got Arania boots, by the way. He got a shadow sub 20 normal TOA KC, by the way. I just thought everybody should know that. As well as a couple other things. This guy also has an imbued heart, so you know what? It all works out, I suppose. This guy's gonna go to Chambers and get full Ancestral, too. And have all the mage gear. So I think this is likely going to be our last trip for now. I really do got to get some dinner, like I mentioned a few times. In fact, I got to figure out what's dinner. Oh, first time to get today, I think, we get Smoldering Pile of Flesh. Yeah, I want to know how these Burning Claws work, because I think they work a bit differently. I see 2 max hit splats so frequently. Or maybe they just work like everything else in the game, and I don't know. I'm just like oddly singling that out, because I notice it. Already 3 procs on our brand new Bracelet Slaughter. Extending this task by quite a bit. We started this task at 250 KC, and I'm pretty confident that by the end of it, we will have over 300 KC on the task. Because for reference, earlier I had, or the other day rather, I had a 235 Black Demons task, and I ended up doing 300. So I'd be shocked if we didn't have over 300 Tormented Demons KC on the task by the time this is done. Grimy Canine, that goes straight in our herb sack, saves ourselves the inventory issues. Oh, we're supposed to be ranging this guy. Don't have, what are my switches? Okay, didn't have my quiver on. Soul Flame Horn replaces fletching action while tick manipulating. Some crazy new tech. Ouch. Alright. I am going to finish up this trip, but unfortunately I have to be right back real quick. So let me just snag all this Smoldering Pile of Flesh, snag this Battle Staff, and then I'm going to be right back. I will actually log out because I'm not a lunatic. Be right back. And we are back, logging back on. The spot is probably going to be taken, right? It's not. Oh, let me switch the POV. Alright, let's close out this trip. Okay, the one thing that confuses me a little bit is that I just casted Mark of Darkness, and it's only lasting for 1 minute, but sometimes it lasts for like 5. I don't quite understand that. Not sure what's going on with that, to be honest. Then use our claws. Yeah, so Mark of Darkness there did only last 1 minute, but here we go, we recast it, and now it's 5 minutes. I don't know the reasoning as to why. Make sure we have the bracelet on. Nothing but ashes. Truly unfortunate. $100,000 Slayer EXP today, I should say. On our way to 83. All right, well, I think I'm actually going to have to cut the trip short there and end it off there. Good little sesh. I will catch you guys next time.